ngayong Book Publishing Day, mas binibigyang halaga po natin ang kaalaman sa likod ng bawat librong ating binabasa. Pero paano nga ba talaga nagsisimula ang isang manunula? Ano ang proseso ng paglalathala ng libro dito sa Pilipinas?
Upang gabayan tayo sa mahalagang hakbang sa kung paano mag-publish ng libro dito sa bansa, makakasama po natin ngayon ang dalawang eksperto sa larangan ng publishing na si Mr. Jose Policarpio at si Ms. Maria Socorro Perez. Magandang umaga po and welcome sa Rise and Shine Pilipinas, Ma'am Cory and Sir Toots. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Rise and Shine.
Happy Book Publishing Day.
Yes,
May
Happy
ganun
Book Publishing
pala,
Day.
no? At saka
Oo.
nakakatuwa, nandito yung mga ilan sa mga libro na na-publish.
At familiar pa ako. In
Familiar.
fact, sorry sinimulan ko na agad. Na-excite kasi ako kasi I saw this, ang Bagong Pluma. Way back when I was studying grades 7, pero first year high school sa atin to fourth year. Pluma yung libro namin at si Alma M. Dayag pa rin. Yung author
talaga?
at coordinator. Ang galing. Very nostalgic for me. Oo.
Well, talking about publishing books, tell us about the process. Kung paano ba makaka-publish ng book ito sa ating bansa?
Yes, okay. All right. Thank you for the question, Diane, right?
Yes.
So let me answer your question from the perspective of my association or connection with the company, Phoenix Publishing House, because it gets into the heart of the question later on. So not only that, the Phoenix is a forerunner of textbook publishing industry in the Philippines. So I really have to talk about Phoenix. Okay, so the vision of the textbook publishing in the Philippines is actually to write and produce instructional materials that are written, by Filipino authors for Filipino learners. Okay, so and this Philippinization or nationalization of textbook publishing was actually articulated and advocated by the founder, visionary, and owner of Phoenix Publishing House, Dr. Ernesto Sibal, and assisted or supported by his wife and matriarch, Alegria Sibal. Okay, so following and propelled by this vision, so we would invite, the textbook industry would invite experts and practitioners of the field to write, whether they would write probably in the communication arts like English, Filipino, CLE or Christian life education, history, Filipino, etc., MAPE, you name it. Okay, and so that's supposed to be the process. Okay, and so and what better place to look for a pool of talents if not in the classroom in the school setup? Okay, so the teaching learning process, what transpires in the classroom is actually refunction, right, as an allied competency, which is a textbook writing. And so these people, the authors, are given training, some kind of an orientation on textbook design and textbook writing. And so the manuscript, right, Sir Toots,
yung mismong ginawa nila.
The manuscript is then given to the coordinator, right, for review, for checking, etc. And then it is given to a peer. It is given. It goes through a blind, double-blind peer review. So who are equally experts in their own field. So it goes through back and forth, right? So separate. There's a language editing, there's a content editing. It goes back and forth to the author until finally you can see that it's quite publishable. So the rigor, the attention to rigor, really. Right.
Grabe yung journey nung pag-publish na isang libro, talagang dumadaan sa proseso.
The process.
Ma'am, let's go with the challenges. Of course, we understand that we are already nandito na tayo sa ating as a new media or sa emerging media, and some of the books or most of the books even for researches ay gumagamit tayo ng e-books, 'di ba? Ng articles online or journals. How do we make sure that on the book, which can be considered as a traditional media, let's say, paano natin nasisiguro na tayo po ay nakakasabay pa rin, are we still being competitive in today's time, especially, most of the people are using e-media? Sir, go ahead.
Okay, thank you for your question. By the way, I'm speaking as the Executive Director
Opo.
of the Philippine Educational Publishers Association. No?
Okay.
And your question is very timely.
Opo.
The emergence of new media, new technologies. Obviously, AI is here with us. So, most of the learning resources that are being published right now are more or less being assisted by AI already. It makes the production of the content and the design and everything, it's more efficient.
Okay.
So I know this it's gonna be like maybe controversial because AI is always a sparking point.
Okay.
It's a flashpoint. Some people will say AI is bad. Some people will say AI is good. But I think the middle ground is AI is applicable and useful in certain areas.
Opo.
Okay? Mas mabilis gumawa ngayon ng content because whereas before the authors need to do a lot of research, but now with AI it kind of makes the process more efficient. No?
Okay.
But the human intervention side makes it more credible.
Okay.
Yan yung aking masasabi tungkol sa
Yun na may laban natin.
Oo, yan naman, no? Wala, we have to go with the flow. We cannot deny that AI is here, that technology is here. So we just have to work with it.
Okay.
Parang ganun. Yeah.
At maiba naman ako, siguro may mga nanonood sa ating mga instructor or mga teacher na gusto ring magkaroon ng ma-publish yung kanilang mga gawa or kanilang mga libro. Ano kaya yung mga strategy pwede nilang gawin or ano po yung maaari ninyong maitulong sa kanila para sila po ay mapansin at ano yung mga requirements na kailangan na nilang ihanda siguro para po sila ay magabayan, Sir Toots?
Okay. Well, first of all, I think ang pinagmumulan ng lahat ng ito is your subject matter expertise. Okay, so if you're an expert in a particular topic, say, English communication arts or Filipino, then, and you have an idea on how to teach it and how to present it in a logical manner, probably the first step would be to create the manuscript and talk to a respected publisher. We can only speak specifically about the educational publishing side because there's a lot of categories, no?
Opo.
But for educational publishing, the first criteria, I think, is to be good at what you do.
Okay.
Of course, I mean you have to earn the right to talk and discuss and write about the subject matter that you're proposing.
Okay.
And then from there, talk to an established publisher and the process will be guided. No? You'll be guided.
Sa inyo po sa asosasyon ninyo, meron naman paraan. I mean, you have like guidelines or at least like a soft copy that people can have what are the ways on how we do it or whatsoever?
Well,
or what are the initiatives that your association is doing?
Well, right now, we do have a call in collaboration with the National Book Development Board, no?
Okay. NBDB.
Yes, NBDB. I'm glad you're aware of that. There's a call for authors. No? In fact, there's a lot of support for budding authors. There's like publishing grants and everything. At kapag ganon, na-encourage yung ating mga writers to reach out to publishers so they can have their work published. Doc Cory, you want to add on to it?
Well, let's talk about here yung usapin po ng self-published. Can you guys tell us more about or same process lang din depende sa field na gusto mo? Kung
Well, yes,
self-publish yan.
in
Kasi
the-
in line with the book publishing day, on a personal note, some may personally want to publish their books. Although we understand you guys are in the education side, baka you guys have advice or things to say para sa gusto mag-self-publish naman.
Yes, okay. I totally agree with you. In fact, more than any other point in our history, no, self-publishing is more prevalent now
Okay.
because of technology.
Especially for creative writing. Eh.
Right, creative writing, novels, your own memoirs and stuff like that. You can do self-publishing, no? In
Okay.
fact, that has been a growing trend, no? Makikita ninyo, even may mga blogs na nga eh, may mga write-ups na nga. So, anybody who wants to publish pwede na po. And that's very much encouraged by technology, if I may say.
Sige, Ms.
May
Cora.
I just add that, Phoenix Publishing House is an infrastructure on self-publishing
Okay.
under Sir Paulo, the Central Bookstore, right? There's self-publishing there, and it's less bound by structures as compared to textbook publishing, for example, right? Because this is something creative, so there's more freedom on the part of the
Self-publishing.
Yes, on the part of the author to
Well,
publish.
that's good to hear, no?
there's-
At least
yeah.
na-integrate
So,
pa din.
there's hope for creativity.
Siguro yung paano na lang siguro kayo makokontakt ng ating mga kababayan na gusto mong makipag-coordinate probably sa inyo and also seek for ASR assistance and support.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook page, Phoenix Publishing House, so they can just and we're located at Quezon Avenue, which is
Oo, nakikita mo yun eh.
yeah, that's right. So you can see that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the association po, sir?
Well, for the association, you can also reach us at the Phoenix Publishing
Dun
House.
din.
Our
Okay.
offices are there. So
Alright.
please reach out to us.
Alright. On that
All
note-
authors, please. Yeah.
On that note, maraming salamat po sa pagbibigay ng oras sa amin ngayong umaga. Kasama po natin Sir Toots Policarpio at si Ms. Cory Perez. Thank you so much.
very much.
Thank you so much.